Well, holy smokers, this ain't no jokers. If you've been watching my two YouTube channels for the last 2 or 3 days, you know that I am not too bullish at the moment. I'm watching a stock market that continues to go up. I'm watching an economy that continues to fall, and I'm very worried about kind of where we're headed. It has been told out there, and I've talked about that very, very into depth. And if you've been watching my YouTube channels for years, you know that literally right now, I'm the least bullish I've been ever. Okay, let's be quite frank about that. Okay, but with that being said, and with that, me kind of explaining my thesis out there on why I think there's a possibility the stock market could fall, stocks in general could fall, why I think we're getting overvalued in the market, especially considering a lot of the risk out there. With all that being said, a lot of folks are now asking me, why not go ahead and sell all your stocks? Why not go ahead and just get rid of them? Just sell out of the market and go 100% to cash, okay? And I want to answer that question here today. And the other question I'm getting a lot is why not go ahead and buy a bunch of put options? I have no put option contracts in the market right now. Zero, okay? People are saying, why not go ahead and buy some put options? So those are the two questions I want to answer for you guys here today and explain my thought process on this. I think it's going to be very valuable, especially considering I've been in this market for quite a while and we're in a pretty extraordinary situation. So I hope you guys enjoy this very much here today. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button. It's April 17th, so make sure we get at least 17 smashes in there, okay? And just to let you guys know, the private group sale is now going on. It is live. There's a pinned comment down there. It's going throughout the weekend. It's going to end on Sunday, so I hope you guys are able to take advantage of that before the sale ends, that you get full access to all the curriculum, you get full access to the Discord chat, everything across the board. Save yourself $150 on a semi-annual membership. Hope to see you in there. And once you join the Discord chat, say hello to everybody. They're going to be happy to chat with you about stocks and markets in general. A lot of fun, okay? So let's start getting into this, guys, okay? Here we are. We're looking at the public account, okay? This account, by the way, is available for everybody in the private group to see every single move I ever make in this account, every single buy order, sell order across the board, okay? So if we're looking at this and we're thinking about, okay, when I go ahead and sell all the stocks in the public account, why not sell all the stocks in all my private accounts as well, which I think I have 6 or 7 accounts in total. I have this account, I have an options account, I have a dividends only account, which is also available for everybody in the private group to see every single move I make in that account. I have an account where I could do margin if I wanted to do margin. I have a 401k account, like an individual retirement account. I think I have a SEP IRA account. Why not just sell out of everything? Just sell everything, go 100% cash, okay? Well, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to sell CCL down 70%? I mean, the risk reward on CCL now is probably a little more attractive to just hold the dang stock, okay? I mean, yeah, it could go to 0. Okay, that's a possibility. It could also go to 25, 35, 45 over the next few years if the company bounces back and, everything gets back on the right track, okay? I'm not going to sell CCL down 70+%. That's just not going to happen, okay? The FB, I love the FB. Regardless of what happens in the economy, the FB will grow a lot over the next 3 to 5 years. There's just no question about that. No question about it. It doesn't matter what happens, okay? The FB will still grow a lot. In the stock, we're hardly up on that stock, in my personal opinion. I know it looks like a big gain, $9,600. I don't think that's even a big gain. The big gains are coming in future years. This will be a $300 or $400 stock in the future. I'm very confident in that. And, we're hardly up on that stock. I would feel comfortable. There are very few stocks that in the market I'm looking at and I'm like, I think it's a deal. The FB, I think even if I'm buying at this price, it's still a deal and a half if we got any type of 3 to 5 year outlook on this particular stock. I'm not selling FB up 16.8%. That's a joke, okay? Fizzy Get Dizzy's up 25%. We're up about 10 grand on that stock in the public account. I'm not selling out of Fizzy Get Dizzy. They still got to report their numbers over the next few quarters, which I think are going to be amazing. And I think they're going to shock a lot of these analysts on Wall Street and they're going to go, whoa, Fizz is growing way more than we thought they were going to grow. I'm not going to sell Fizz up 25%. There's just no way, okay? Tesla Maestra. That's the one everybody's like, well, what about Tesla? I mean, goodness gracious. We're up like almost $79,000 just in the public count on Tesla shares, up 231% on this stock. An investment we've had in this account for less than 2 years. That's absolutely incredible, right? I can't sell Tesla. I love Tesla, okay? When I look at Tesla stock, I see a stock that has a possibility over the next 5-10 years to be a multi-$1,000 stock. So yeah, it's up a lot, and we're doing very well in that stock, and it's a heck of a lot more expensive than it was, a year ago when it was trading at, you go back a year ago, the stock's trading like in the 200s, right? And yeah, it's gone up a lot since then, but when I look at the multi-year outlook for the stock and the chance that this company has a chance to be the most dominant auto manufacturer in the world and be possibly the biggest player in autonomous driving, autonomous taxi networks, how am I going to sell Tesla stock? Like, I just can't. Like, yeah, it could be up 300%, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I can't sell it. It could be up 350%. Like, at the end of the day, when it comes to Tesla stock, I can't do it, man. I just can't do it. I just can't do it, okay? What am I supposed to sell? Uber at break even? Come on, it's Uber, okay? Uber has huge growth potential. As soon as the economy gets back up and running, people will need rides again, like and Uber Eats is benefiting in a massive way. We're getting a huge change to the whole restaurant landscape right now with food delivery absolutely taking off for Uber's business model. Plus, Uber Freight, like Uber is a disruptive company. They'll continue to disrupt industries, and they're gonna do their dang thing over the next few years. Believe me on that, okay? Winning Resorts, we're down 15% on Wynn. I mean, how am I going to sell Wynn at 78? Like that's a tough decision. So when I just start going through all these stocks, it's like, how am I going to sell these? Skyworks Solutions, yeah, we're up 26%. We're up $12,800. But how am I going to sell Skyworks Solutions when they have massive growth in front of them over the next few years because of 5G and their 5G chips, where they're going to get a lot more content in 5G smartphones? How the heck am I going to sell Skyworks Solutions? It just doesn't make sense, okay? Revolve has a chance to be one of the biggest like fashion companies in online retail. How can I sell Revolve stock when we haven't even made money on that? It's just, I can't, okay? I can't. And when you factor in the fact that I'm keeping lots of money, I'm probably more cash heavy than I've ever been before. And I don't mean like literally like direct cash. I just mean like money in checking accounts, savings accounts, or other accounts where I'm keeping money. I'm more heavy toward that than ever before. So I'm ready that, let's say all these stocks go down. Let's say all these stocks get hammered. And my, I think I put out a video yesterday talking about, a possibility of a stock market crash coming, right? Okay, let's say that happens. Okay, I'm going to be ready to buy. I'm going to be ready to buy. If CCL goes down more, I don't know. I already put a lot in CCL. I don't know if I'll put more in that one. But if Cruisy Doozy and Elf and the FB and Fizzy Get Dizzy and Foot Locker and iRobot and Revolve and Skyworks Solutions and Tesla Maesa and Oobity Booba and Winning Resorts, if all those stocks fall a bunch, hey, I got cash on the sideline. I'm ready to buy, okay? If all those stocks fall 20, 30, 40, 50%, I'm ready to buy. I am in a cash-heavy position because I'm ready to buy, okay? I'm ready to buy, but I need these stocks a lot lower considering the risks out there in order for me to put more money in them. That is the thing, putting more money in them. We have a lot of risks that need to be set out there. I'm putting myself in what's called a win-win position, okay? Which is very important in the stock market because I'm hedging my bet essentially, okay? If the market goes down, great, okay? If the market goes down, great. I got a lot of cash. I'm ready to spend in the market. If all these stocks go down a bunch, I'm ready to spend. I'm ready to buy these stocks. That's a win-win. If the stocks go up, great. I got a lot of money invested. I'm going to make a ridiculous amount of money. It don't matter what happens, it's all gravy to me in the end. Whether stocks go down a bunch, boom, I pick up a bunch of great companies for cheap prices and I'll add even more new stocks to the portfolio and things will be looking real pretty in 3 to 5 years, okay? And if they go up, great. I'm going to make a bunch of money. So don't matter what, I'm putting myself in a win-win position. I basically am kind of hedging myself, okay? Now, so that answers why I'm not selling. I don't want to sell because they just miss out on, a ton of gains. Like obviously we're getting a ton of gains and the risk is just too large for me to look at this and say, selling out of Wynn Resorts and some of these other stocks. Like I just can't do that. I just can't do that. There's too much risk there at the end of the day, okay? But why not put options, okay? Remember, I put out that video, what was that, I think yesterday, about, possibility of a stock market crash part 2 coming. Why not go ahead and load up on some put options? Well, I can tell you why not. And by the way, put options, if you don't know, put options are essentially a bet that a stock price or stocks in general will go down to a certain price by a certain date, okay? It is time limited. It's not like you buy into, Apple stock and you can hold it for years and years. No, that's not how put options work. It's like you place a bet that a stock's going down to a certain price by a certain date, okay? So, the premium, it is so dang expensive. And when I say premium, for those of you guys who do not know options, essentially what you have to pay to kind of open up that contract, okay? The premiums are extremely expensive on put options right now. Why is this? Well, the VIX has gone crazy for the past couple months, and I mean absolutely crazy, like the craziest it's really been in years when it comes to VIX. And I mean a lot of years, okay? You have to pretty much go back to the great financial crisis to find the VIX being as crazy as it has been recently. And so when the VIX goes up so much like that and you get so much volatility in the market, guess what ends up happening? Premiums for options end up skyrocketing because whoever's writing the options out there, they realize that, oh my gosh, this market could go up a bunch, it could go down a bunch, I can get destroyed on this option contract, okay? So they end up taking that into account and they say, you know what, I need more premium. I need more premium before I, go ahead and write this contract or sell this contract to you. Just flat out, okay? You look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, it went from 29.5 to 18.5 in a month, okay? That's absolutely incredible. And over the past month, actually a little less than the past month, it's gone from 18.5 to 24.2. That's extraordinary. I mean, absolutely extraordinary volatility in the market. And so if you're writing and selling, put options, you're gonna want a lot of flipping premium because you know that this market could easily switch the other way. Things could get really bad, really fast, and you could get absolutely destroyed on this. There's just way too much volatility when you're thinking about selling put options out there, okay? Look at the Russell 2000, even more volatility. It goes from about 1,700 to under 1,000 in a month. That's ridiculous, okay? And now it's gone from under 1,000 to over 1,200 in a matter of, less than a month. So when you look at these type of moves, the volatility is immense, okay? And you want to give me I'll go ahead and give you a real world example out there, okay? Let's go through a real world example and I'll show you exactly what I mean and exactly why put options aren't interesting to me, although I am, somewhat negative on this market, okay? Las Vegas Sands Corporation, ticker symbol LVS. So if you know LVS, they operate resorts in Macau and Vegas, and they also have a beautiful property in Singapore, and I think they even have one in Pennsylvania, if I recall, okay? So let's say I was looking at LVS. It's a $47 stock here today. And I'm saying, you know what? I think things are going to be really weak in Macau. The company gets a ton of their revenues and profits from Macau. I think Macau is going to be super weak. And keep in mind, Macau is super weak. I mean, like factually, the numbers are awful. They're talking about, gross gaming revenues down something like 80 to 95% at the moment. It's rough, okay? And it'll probably be rough for quite a while. So let's say you're like, LVS is way too high right now, Macau's gonna be weak. Then we know LVS has some big properties here in Vegas, my city, right? And so let's say you're also saying, you know what, Vegas is gonna be weak for years. Let's say you believe that, room capacity is gonna be low for the next couple years. You believe room rates will be low for the next couple years. And you're just negative on Las Vegas in general, right? And so you think that market's gonna be weak. So if you think that, then you'd probably obviously think Singapore will be weak as well. So then you're like, okay, I got, Las Vegas Sands, it's gonna go down, okay? So let's say you go ahead and you're like, I'm gonna place a bet that Las Vegas Sands stock is gonna go down over the next few quarters. I think their numbers are gonna be horrible. I think there's gonna be a lot of negativity in the market in general. I think Las Vegas Sands is gonna go down a bunch. So you go ahead and you're like, let's go ahead and place a bet September 18th, 2020. That's when the options would expire. And you basically want to place a put options bet that the stock will go down to a certain price by a certain date. So let's say you're picking something around where the stock's trading at right now. The closest price to that would be $45 strike price, okay? So for a $45 strike price that expires on September 18th of 2020, you have to pay premium of $6.25 for that, okay? $6.25 a premium. That means essentially you need the stock price by September 18th of 2020 to go down to $38.75 just to break even on that move, okay? And keep in mind, if you're taking this type of risk where if you're obviously with put options, if the stock price is above 45, you just lost 100% of your capital. You're not getting in this position to break even. If you ever open up a call option position, which I have a call option position I talked about a few weeks ago, it's a call option position in Fizzy Get Dizzy going right now. So I'm doing amazing for us. I think we're up 66%. I didn't go into making that call option bet saying I just want to break even. No, I'm going in that because I want to 2x, 3x my money. And the same thing goes on the put option side. If you're placing a put option bet, you're trying to 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x your money, because that's the only thing that makes sense if you're placing that type of a bet out there. Because if you're wrong, you lose 100% of your money, and that's rough, okay? So once again, September 18th, 2020, 38.75 is your break even. The stock's at 47 right now, okay? In order to 2x your money, you need the stock to go all the way down to $32.50 to 2x your money. And that you're really looking for a 2x plus once again if you're making a bet like this. You're not just getting in it just to be like, let me just, no. If you're taking that type of big risk out there, you want at least 2x your money. So you need the stock to essentially go down almost $15 a share by September 18th of 2020. And it is certainly possible that happens. If the stock market crashes and we get a super weak stock market, if there's a lot of worries about Macau and Vegas and it's taking a lot longer for things to come back than some folks are already pricing in, if that scenario happens, the stock could go down there. The stock could go to 32.50, but it's a big dang risk you're taking. This is why I can't do put options bets right now, guys. I just can't. The premiums are immense you have to pay. And you need things to really, really go your way. And this is countless stocks in the stock market. This is just one example. I'm giving you LVS. But I mean, you could look at a ton of these different stocks, especially a lot of these Russell 2000 stocks, and you're going to find a lot of them. If you want to place a put options bet, get ready to pay through the nose for the premiums. It's ridiculous, okay? So when I look at this market right now, the fact is, in my personal opinion, the market is too risky to have no money invested in this market, and especially if you're somebody that owns a lot of great companies. If you're the type of person that you buy individual stocks and you own some individual stocks that have some amazing opportunities in front of themselves over the next 5 years, it's risky to not have any money in this market because maybe things do turn out great. And maybe the economy gets back on track well, and maybe corporate earnings get back on track well. And to be quite honest, for some of these stocks, like let's say an Amazon stock, right? It doesn't really matter. I mean, if the economy is great, that's good for them. If the economy is okay, that's good for them. Even in a bad economy, Amazon's probably going to do fine, right? There are certain opportunities in the market with some stocks that they just do great no matter what because they're just that dang good of a company, and they just have that much growth. And sure, in a good economy, they'll probably grow even more, but they grow no matter what. And that's kind of like a Tesla stock for me. I think they're going to grow kind of no matter what happens out there over the next 3 to 5 years. That's just the name of the game. So if you're going to sell off some great companies, that's a risk. And if you're selling out of the market completely, that's a risk because maybe things do continue to get better. The Fed's, putting money out there like crazy. The Fed's trying to backstop everything they can. And if the Fed successfully does that, maybe things will be okay. Maybe unemployment comes down. That's a risk to have no money in the market. And the same thing, it's a huge risk if you got 100% invested. Good for you, but that's a huge risk. If you got every penny to your name invested in this market right now, it's a risk, man. I am telling you, it is a risk. We're looking at unemployment rates that are going up to the highest since the Great Depression. We're looking at crazy, declines in the GDP. We're looking at an economy, a global economy that we don't know if it's going to take years for this to come back. 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. You're taking some real risk if you got every penny in this market and you think it's not going to fall anymore and we're just up and away from here. So I think it's too risky to have no money in this market. I think it's way too risky to have 100%. Let me just put it that way. I think if you got every penny in this market, good for you. I just think it's too dang risky. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button and leave me your opinion on this whole situation down there in that comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. As always, don't forget the huge sale is going on. That's a pinned comment down there. Make sure you guys take advantage of that this weekend. The deal is supposed to go all the way, I think, through midnight on a Sunday. So hope you get in it before it ends. I'll be the pinned comment. Thank you for watching and have a great day.